But I didn't want to be famous for just anything. I always envisioned myself as a rock star, screaming into a microphone in front of millions of adoring fans, like my idol. No one in my family even liked music. In fact, everyone downright hated it. The only thing Dad ever watched was the boring news on TV, and my suck-up siblings always followed suit. So every time I turned on music, my dad would yell at me, "Go to your room and put earphones on. I can't believe any of my children could be such a bum." So I would do that and get so lost in the music that I would start to sing out loud. The only problem was every time I really let go and sang my heart out, someone in my family would come banging on my door. "Be quiet in there. You're so annoying." And every time that happened, I would sing louder. I found out this later, but one day, as I was singing in my room loudly as usual, my dad's friend came to visit, and he heard my voice. "Oh my God, what a beautiful voice. Who is the singer?" "No one." "Oh, come on. Call her. You know I have some connections with someone who can make her a famous singer." "Oh yeah? So you're now that angel who was sent to change her life?" "Just call her. She's the one with the angel's voice." All I knew was that I was minding my own business when Dad banged on my door screaming, "I said no singing!" My friend got so annoyed and he left. So shut it now. A while later, my whole family came in. My sister said, "It's like hearing nails on a chalkboard." My brother said, "It's like listening to an alley cat." My mom just burst into tears and said, "Music and singing is rotting your brain." I just couldn't take it anymore, and I yelled back, "No, it's not. You guys are. One day, I'm going to be a famous singer, and all of you are going to beg to come to my concerts." Dad looked shocked to hear me answer back and said, "Oh, so you'll answer back now? Looks like we're taking away your music." Before I could stop them, they took everything. My stereo, my iPod, my CDs, and my computer. And Dad smashed everything. "That's it! You've messed with the wrong person. You can't keep me from what I love." If they thought throwing away my stuff would stop from listening to music, boy, were they wrong. The next day at school, I ran to my best friend and dumped all my savings in front of her. "We're going to a rock concert. Can you arrange the tickets?" "What? Are you crazy? Your parents will legit kill you." "I don't care. They don't own me." Seeing how determined I was, she said her brother could probably arrange them. "How will you get out so late, though?" I just laughed and winked at her. I have my ways. The night of the concert, I went to my sister. "You have to sleep in my bed." "Lol, you wish, pest. You go out and I'm telling Dad. It'll be fun." "Great. I guess that's a good time to tell him you invite your boyfriend to your room every night." "Oh my God. Are you blackmailing me? He'd never believe you." I grinned and waved my phone in her face. "He'll believe the picture I have." She gave in. Easy peasy. I almost felt bad about blackmailing her. But it wasn't my fault she was so dumb that she didn't even check my phone. I didn't really have any pictures. And before I knew it, I was walking into a crowd of hundreds of thousands of people. Excited as I was, I had no idea my life was about to change forever. All screaming and shouting with excitement for what we were about to see. Everywhere I looked, people were singing and dancing and laughing. And the music finally started, and that's when I caught my first real glimpse of the person I knew I was destined to become. A larger-than-life, guitar-wielding, stage-diving, hair-thrashing rock star. Suddenly, the stage burst into flames. The lights flashed everywhere, and the crowd went wild. Everyone screamed as the rock star came onto the stage, and she started singing one of my favorite songs. She was a goddess, and I sang it along with her as loud as I could. I knew every word. That's when my friend grabbed my hand and began pulling me closer to the stage. We pushed our way through to get as close as we could. And when the song ended, someone handed me a bouquet of flowers and told me to throw it on stage. I did, and the rock star picked it up, and she looked right at me, and, I kid you not, she winked. Then the music stopped, and she bowed her head, and she took a long moment before she grabbed her microphone and said the craziest thing I could ever imagine hearing. Now, I want to invite a special someone on stage to come and sing my next song for me. The crowd was wild. I couldn't even hear myself think. I shouted louder than I ever had in my life, and I couldn't believe it when she looked right at me and said, "You, who threw the flowers, get up here." I didn't even have to climb up to the stage because I was literally hoisted up in the air by all the people around me and then thrown onto the stage. The rock star looked at her band, threw up her hand and said, "And a 1 and a 2." And she handed me the microphone, and the band started the next song. I was paralyzed with fear when I turned around and saw thousands of people screaming with excitement. And to this day, I have no idea how, but I opened my mouth and I began to sing. It's so crazy, my night's so hazy. I'm rocking this stage, I'm breaking the cage tonight. I'm free, we'll rock this stage tonight. We stand and we fight, we shine in this light. My night's so hazy, I'm rocking this stage, I'm breaking the cage tonight. I'm free. The biggest surprise, though, was that people loved it. It was the opposite of what my family always said. I was a great singer, and suddenly I was a real-life rock star. When the song ended, I turned around and she pointed me to go backstage. Minutes later, the rock star and her band came right back to me and said, "Hey kid, I'm getting too old for this. Tonight was my last night performing, and now I'm passing the torch off to you." She handed me her microphone, she smiled, and then she walked away. Was this a joke? Her whole band was looking at me like they wanted me to say something. I said the only thing I could think of. Okay. And just like that, I was the new lead singer for one of the most famous rock bands in the world. When I returned home with a record deal, $1 million, and a personal assistant who was going to organize my new life as a rock star, my family took a complete round turn. Dad wasn't mad that I sneaked out. Instead, he threw his arms around me. "My daughter, my lovely, lovely daughter, you make your dad proud and rich." Before any of us could blink, I suddenly had agents and managers and a stylist. I was given a whole new wardrobe and a driver who took me everywhere I wanted to go at any time of the day. The band scheduled a worldwide tour for the summer when I was done with school, and we started performing everywhere. Everywhere I went, people screamed my name. I was suddenly doing exactly what I had dreamt of doing while dancing around my bedroom. I got fan mail from every corner of the earth, and I had a jewelry collection so big I had to buy an entire second home just to store it all in. Everywhere I went, people took pictures and asked for autographs. I was on the cover of magazines, and I played music with some of the most famous musicians of all time. I always stayed in the biggest penthouse suite a hotel offered. But things started to change. After months of living like this, I was starting to get really, really exhausted. Even though I was traveling everywhere and meeting the most famous celebrities and making millions and millions of dollars, it didn't feel like a vacation everyone thought it was. It felt like a chore. I was always working till late and had to be up early. I got on so many planes, I had no idea what part of the world I was in. One day, I finally tried to take a quick vacation, but I couldn't even leave the hotel because there was a mob outside waiting to take pictures with me. There wasn't even a single place I could go without someone harassing me for a picture or to give me a compliment. One fan told me my hair was so beautiful, and then they tried to rip out my hair so they could keep some. One time my parents called and told me my fans had broken into our home to find things of mine. It was like I was a zoo animal. Worst of all, though, I didn't know who to trust or who to talk to anymore. My best friend who brought me to the concert only ever wanted to hang out with me when I was invited to parties. My already selfish siblings only ever called when they wanted something, which was a lot. Hey, we've always been the nicest siblings. Why not introduce us to this celebrity? I'm sorry, I can't. Of course you can. You're famous. Okay, then at least get us free tickets to their concerts. I said I can't do this. I'm sorry. Stop lying! You're such a show-off and think you're important. You're just a stupid singer, nothing more. And they hung up. My parents were the worst. They were suddenly doing interviews on television, telling the whole world how they supported me when I told them I wanted to be a singer. They were taking credit for my good luck and hard work, and everywhere I looked, someone wanted something from me. No one even asked me how I was doing. I was trapped, and I realized I didn't even like to sing anymore. One day, as I was on stage, I realized I couldn't even hear myself sing because everyone was screaming so loud. And that's when I decided, if I couldn't even enjoy the one thing I truly loved, I didn't want it. And that meant I would do exactly what was done to me. And I needed to find someone to take my spot. I scanned the crowd in front of me until I saw a girl singing all the lyrics to my songs. At the end of the song, I took a long moment and turned to the crowd and I said, I want to invite a lucky person up onto the stage to sing one of my songs. And I called the girl on stage, and boy was she good! And she seemed super excited to be up on the stage. So as soon as the concert was over, I told her the band was hers. Then I grabbed a bouquet of flowers, and I walked out of the concert and no one followed me. Everyone was too excited to meet the new singer, and I sang my heart out all the way home.